1 week ago, the Eagan Wildcats put a scare into the number 2 team in Class 6A before a rough second half made that score worse than it actually was in terms of the game. Tonight, the Wildcats are back home for the 2024 opener. The opponent, the Rochester Mayo Spartans. Good evening, everybody, or as I should say, aloha, as it's Hawaiian night here in the pit. Gorgeous night for football here in Eagan, Minnesota, as you look at the pit decked out in their Hawaiian colors. 63 degrees at kickoff. Had some rain here earlier today. We've been told we should be good for this one tonight with the Wildcats and the Spartans. He's Nathan Cron. I'm Mike Cook. Glad to be with you once again for Eagan Wildcat football here in 2024. And Nathan, you look at the Wildcats down below us in the home blues, and good first half last week at Edina, kind of faded a little bit in that second half.
Well, you know, the Eagan Wildcats talk about climbing the ladder. That's their mantra that they push. It's the ladder club that supports the program and things like that. Climbing the ladder is the vision, the metaphor. Well, sometimes you don't always climb the ladder at the same speed. You don't always go a rung at a time. Sometimes you slip it down a rung. Maybe a rung gets a little stuck. The reality of it is they played with Edina for half the game. They came out in the second half, really struggled in that third quarter, didn't punch it in when they needed to, got behind, and this offense, as you know, Mike Cook, is not built to come back from multiple scores down. It's just not. It's made to get ahead, get a score, get a lead, and then grind people down into dust.
Yeah, if you look at last week's stats, the Wildcats had 10 yards passing, completed 2 passes, 1 to a Wildcat, 1 to a Hornet. So we'll see if that changes at all tonight, but you and I have known Coach NJ for quite a while, and 3 yards and a cloud of turf pellets is what they want to have every time they touch the football. Rochester Mayo, they put up 59 against Burnsville last week in a 59-22 victory down in Rochester. And they're going to kick off with Ethan Post. Post, one of the top 10 kickers recruits in the country. So I think it was 9th at a recent kicking camp down in Tennessee. I saw on Twitter where he was recently visiting Florida State, visited Iowa State. So I'm going to guess 1st and 10 at the 20 for the Eagan Wildcats coming up here.
That's a good bet. He's a big, strong kid. He is not your stereotypical skinny kicker. This kid is built like a linebacker, and he's got a foot to match.
Brooklyn Evans, number 11. Garrett Koken, number 9, back deep for the home team. And we are underway from Wildcat country, and it will be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Eagan Wildcats. Brooklyn Evans will lead the troops out tonight. Brooklyn, getting the bulk of the action at quarterback this year. Of course, he and Carson Schwam rotated quite a bit last year. Schwam graduated and moved on to bigger things. So it's Brooklyn Evans leading this Wildcat offense. Brooklyn last week, by the way, 13 carries for 58 yards. Tate Gage, number 2, had 82 yards on the ground for the Eagan Wildcats a week ago up at Edina. So first play of the home season. Straight ahead, Gage maybe got a yard, and I mean maybe. Wrapped up in there by big number 58 for Rochester Mayo. That's Casey Kramer. They list him at 215. Boy, he looks bigger than that, though.
The Spartans are going to absolutely bring it. Last year, the Wildcats went down to Spartan Stadium and hung 40 on them, and I can guarantee you that defense is out there saying to themselves, there's no way we're going to let you Wildcats do that again this year. They're fired up and ready to play tonight.
2nd and 9. And it's going to be 3rd, and nice effort by Gage. That's actually going to move the sticks, I do believe. Tate Gage with a 2nd, 3rd, maybe even a 4th effort. 1st down, Eagan Wildcats. Very powerful back is Tate Gage.
Well, it's a good thing for Tate Gage that they give you credit for running backwards on the field. Watch this as Gage gets this ball. He gets spun around. Good tackle there in the middle of the pack by Mayo's number 18. Say it again for me.
Joseph Boguslawski.
Boguslawski, that's it. Thank you. I wanted to hear it first.
Yeah, thanks. Coach told us about 3 times on that one, and we hope we don't butcher that one. Here's Evans, his first carry of the night. And he'll get out across the 35. Tripped up that time by 58. Second tackle of the game for Casey Kramer. And it's going to be 3rd and about 4 for the Wildcats. And for Nick Johnson and the Wildcats, they will take that all night long.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. The Wildcats offensive line so far looking pretty good, creating some holes.
So we've got 2nd and about 4 for the Wildcats. Wildcats decked out the all-blue look for tonight's home opener. Evans may be changing the line, or changing the call at the line, I should say. Straight ahead, Gage, 3rd and 2 upcoming for the Wildcats. A host of Spartans in. Actually, take it back, that was not Gage, that was number 36, Logan Gilbertson, the 5'9" junior with his first carry of the football game. Gilbertson did not have any carries last week.
Well, as tough as Tate Gage is, Mike Cook, I think it's smart to give him, to give some other guys a carry here and there to try to spell Gage and give the defense a little bit of a different look.
3rd and 2, Cats looking for their 2nd first down in this opening drive. Evans, he'll keep it. That's a first down. And he's out to the 46-yard line. Nice tackle on the far side by number 8 for Mayo. That's Griffin Kukla up from his safety spot. But not after Evans gained about 9. First down Wildcats.
Nice job by Evans. Quick decision making, and that's, I think, what really helps him in that play is he makes the decision very fast that he's going to tuck that ball down and run. The back did a nice job of staying in pitch relationship. So that being said, Evans knows I got to get the first down, get down. Let's get a new set of downs.
Danny Masowski, first man actually in for Mayo on that stop. Straight ahead. Wrapped up, wrestled down. That's Gage that time. Jack Regan, 260-pound senior on that line for Rochester Mayo.
Jack Regan looked like he was about a 375-pound defensive lineman there. He's just absolute bear hug over Tate Gage. Holy cow.
Yes.
What a tackle.
Absolutely. One thing we got to keep an eye on tonight is Rochester Mayo. They have quite a few guys that are going to be going both ways. And we'll see if some of those guys on this defensive line also shift over to the O-line once Mayo gets the football back. But right now, 7th play of this drive for the Wildcats. 2nd and about 9. They're going to pitch it back. Matt Nice in his first carry of the night. And Matt crosses midfield. Going to set up 3rd and short again for the Wildcats. Nice one of those kids. I was talking to him in practice the other day, and I said, "You're going to break one, aren't you?" And he's got the wheels to do it if he gets around that corner.
Well, we saw him do it last year, Mike Cook. We saw him do it last year. We saw him do it 2 years ago at Shakopee, where he took one to the house from, 75 yards, 80 yards out, something like that.
Yep, kick return too.
Yeah, that was it. And so he clearly has the wheels. Spartans have got to stiffen here.
Cats 1 for 1 on 3rd down. This time they got a short 2, long 3. Gage. Sticks are they going to move? This is going to be close. I thought he was just shy, but the officials are looking. The official on the far side looking into the sun, shading his eyes. And there go the sticks. First down, 2 yards for number 2.
He's going to come right into your living room here. Watch Gage, center of your screen. He's going to take this ball and move forward. Oh, this is the pitch to icing. Sorry, this is a few plays ago, but you see there, he floats really well to the outside. When he gets that corner, that's when you have to buy your ticket, pop your popcorn, and watch the show.
8 plays, 8 runs so far for the Wildcats. 3 first downs. Evans under center. Evans will keep. He'll cut left. He'll fake the pitch. He cuts it up. Brooklyn Evans down to about the 32. That's going to move the sticks once again. He was taken out on the play finally by number 8 of Mayo. That was Kukla, but not after 11 got 12.
Right side of your screen, he fakes the pitch. 15, he does a good job of keeping. It's Sunday, does a good job of keeping Evans to the inside. I mean, you say to yourself, well, he didn't make the tackle. No, Sunday did a nice job there of keeping Evans to the inside. Otherwise, Evans gets the outside, and maybe the inside guys can't even catch him.
Officially, they're going to give him 11 there to put it on the 33. Those of you just tuning in, Eagan's had the ball since the get-go. Just running it down the field, smash mouth football. 36 with the carry this time. That's Gilbertson once again for the Wildcats. And the 5'9" junior will pick up about 3 yards. A good look at Gilbertson. Listed at 175. As Tate Gage comes back in, Gilbertson will head off.
Rochester Mayo fans, don't rub your eyes. You are in fact playing Eagan. I know this looks like Owatonna out there with the blue and the silver, but you are in Eagan, Minnesota.
That's right. Yeah, this ain't the Big Nine anymore.
It's not. It's not.
Evans under center. Eisen was going to go in motion. Straight up the gut. Gage busts one. And he's upended down at about the 16-yard line. Sticks are going to move once again after that 14-yard scamper. Well, if you're the Eagan Wildcats and coach, assistant or offensive coordinator Mark Henderson, you couldn't have, had this start any better for you.
Initially, I thought the Spartans were going to be a little more stout maybe on that, but it seems like the Wildcat offensive line is really getting off the ball really quickly. The Spartans are going to do something to counter that. The momentum's really going one way right now.
Oh, Mayo comes across. Were they drawn off?
Well, there's motion in the backfield. Let's see if anybody in the offensive line twitched. Doesn't look like it.
Let's see, and they are going to move. It is going to be against the Spartans. By the way, their coach Danny Holcomb was telling us 13 penalties a week ago for Rochester Mayo, including 9 in the third quarter. He said,
"Yeah, that's Coach Holcomb actually understands that that's not going to get it done. Whether you're 6A, 5A, Pee Wee, it does not matter. You cannot have penalties because you're beating yourself. Right? You're beating yourself when that happens. Expect Mayo to be much cleaner tonight."
From the 11, 1st and 5 for the Wildcats. Sending the man in motion. This is going to be Gage. Gage cuts it up. Touchdown, 6 points. Eagan. Tate Gage, 11 yards.
So what was impressive about that? There were several things impressive about that. The first, the Wildcats drove the ball down 80 yards. That's an 80-yard drive, Mike Cook, for 6 points. Second thing that's impressive about that, Tate Gage barely touched as he goes into the end zone. Offensive line created some holes. Gage made a quick decision, snaps off quickly there as there's a great full block, good blocking downfield by the tight end, and it's 6 points Eagan.
Seth Coleman splits the uprights off the hold of Tyler Sedlacek. 7-0 Eagan Wildcats. You said it, Nathan, 80 yards, 12 plays, all on the ground.
Well, and that's a Coach NJ's perfect. That's a perfect drive, right? I mean, if we were inside his head right now, scary thing, I know, for us to be inside anybody's head. But if we were inside his head right now, he's got to be saying to himself, "That's exactly what I wanted." Now it's time to play defense. Now you got to stop a Mayo rushing attack and passing attack that hung 59 points on Burnsville last week. Let's see how we do on the defensive side of the ball.
By the way, we mentioned this is the home opener. The stands on the home side are absolutely packed. And I've been looking out in the parking lot a little bit. There's cars still circling trying to find a parking spot. And great to see the enthusiasm here at Eagan High School for this first home game of the year. The pit, well, they're packed. Even the band is here. I understand they had a pep fest earlier today. Kick it off for the Wildcats. Alex Land. Or check that. That's Coleman and Seth, number 8. Ball will be fielded at about the 6-yard line by Masowski. And he'll get maybe 10 yards. Great downfield pressure by the Eagan Wildcats. Ace Askew among those in there. And as well as Bennett Larson, who will move to his linebacker spot. So Mayo to start at their own 16-yard line as we're nearly halfway through quarter number 1. The man to keep an eye on, 26 in white, Isaiah Beal. Last week against Burnsville, 17 carries, 218 yards, and just 5 touchdowns.
Only 5 touchdowns.
Only 5. And I saw some of those highlights, and he might have went further east-west on a lot of those then. And he's not going to get much there as he goes north-south. Gabe Jellin in there among those for the Eagan Wildcats. Bennett Larson as well from his linebacker spot. 52 is Larson, 28 is Gabe Jellin. And Beal might have got a couple there.
Big test here for the Wildcats. One of the things they struggled with last week against Edina was tackling, right? Especially in that second half, wrapping up, making tackles, and it's, guys were making people miss. Tonight against Beal, they've got to wrap up and tackle.
Calder Sheehan, the quarterback right now for Mayo, and he and the Spartans are going to be looking at a 3rd and about 9 as that Eagan defense all over Beal. And at time 52 again, Bennett Larson, 6'2" senior. As Gabe Jellin hurries off. One would think passing situation for Mayo. As we look at about 3rd and let's call it 9, maybe 8. Either way, they've got to get out across the 25-yard line here on their opening drive. Again, 7-0 Wildcats. Tate Gage from 11 yards out. Cats don't look like maybe they're going to blitz from the left side. Sheehan throws across the middle, and nothing happening there. Dorsey on the coverage for the Wildcats. Noah Hagan, the intended target, and it'll be a 3 and out for the visitors from Rochester. Good pressure that time by the guys up front, and just a little overthrown as he tried to get Hagan.
Yeah, the Wildcats brought 5 that time, Mike. I think that's a good plan. I mean, force Mayo to try to beat you with some special throws. I mean, they know what Beal can do, but if you take them off schedule like they were there, make the quarterback beat you, and that time it just sailed wide.
Ethan Post to punt after Mayo's going to take a timeout. Adam Dorsey was back deep for the Wildcats, but so we're going to first timeout of the game by either squad. Should mention we got a couple of shout outs we've already gotten requests to do tonight. So
we do, in fact. We would like to give a shout out and a big Texas size hello to Max and Mary Martin watching in Texas. Grandma and Grandpa watching one of their Mayo Spartans run around out there. That's Max Durgan's grandparents. Thanks for checking us out on ETV on the YouTube channel.
Speaking of Mayo, head coach Danny Holcomb said his parents, Bill and Michelle, checking us out tonight on the YouTube. So, Bill and Michelle, thanks for tuning in. There's I should say Donnie Holcomb. I think I called him Danny. It's Donnie, the coach for Rochester Mayo. My apologies. 13th season as the head man at Mayo, he told us. Good rush by the Cats. High kick. Good bounce. Dorsey's going to let that one go. Favorable roll for the Spartans. And down to the 20, we'll call it the 26-yard line, where the Eagan Wildcats will take over with 4:28 to go, quarter number 1. I also want to give a shout out to the band parents and the cheer parents that are running the concession stand here tonight in Wildcat Country. I know they've been busy folks, and we've got Finer Meats and Eats here. Brick Oven Bus is here as part of our Friday Night Lights festivities. The band is still here. Like I said, it's a Hawaiian theme tonight.
It's Hawaiian on both sides. The Mayo student section is also either beach or Hawaiian. It's a little hard to tell sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's beach. I was trying to read the one sign there. It says something about fun beach, run beach, something. They were late arriving, so we didn't get a chance to say hi to them ahead of time to find out what their theme is. 5-yard pickup there on first down for the Eagan Wildcats.
Gilbertson for 5. That's a nice trend. Now again, we've watched Tate Gage, and in fact last year against Mayo, Gage, I think he had 42 carries or some obscene number like that. Mixing in another back to give him a little bit of a break, I think that's gonna bode well for the Wildcats.
Peyton Grandboy is your Wildcats center. He's getting set to snap the ball to Brooklyn Evans. In motion, send a man. It's going to go straight ahead. It's going to be Gage. That'll move the sticks with another nice pickup by number 2, the senior, one of the captains on this Wildcat squad, up to the 46-yard line. That's a 15-yard pickup for Tate Gage.
Just block on the corner. Nice blocking from the corner by multiple players. I want to call out Halverson there. Greg Gage Halverson, though, did a nice job of pinning his linebacker to the inside, letting Gage cut to the outside.
Evans, he'll keep it. He'll cut it up. Evans has got some room. Cuts to the outside. Brooklyn Evans has got excellent speed. Can he get there? 6 points. Eagan. yards.
We've talked about the speed of some of these Wildcats, and Evans says, don't forget me in that conversation as he flashes for 54. Watch this. Almost loses the ball there for just a moment. Snaps it in. Good downfield blocking by Wesley Hoke to help free Evans. If Hoke doesn't do his job, Evans gets tackled there. Watch here on the right side of your screen. Watch number 3. Right there, he's shielding him off. Yep. Nicely done, and made Mad Nice and flashes up number 1s and says, hey, good job, buddy.
Oh, and a 2-point conversion for the Cats. 15-0 Eagan. That drive, 3 plays, 74 yards. So far tonight, 15 plays, 154 yards of offense for the Wildcats. Let's see what was going on here.
It was the swinging gate. Let's see what happens here. If players don't get covered, they have an automatic. This is stuff, honestly, I did this stuff in high school. I love this stuff.
Sedlacek with the pitch. Kolomainen to number 36, Gilbertson.
That is a fun little gadget that I love personally. I was always the guy who set the wall. I was never a guy for glory and glory and honor, but it was fun to be out there and watch the other team freak out a little bit about the swinging gate. And Mike Cook, that's something that the Wildcats have not done before.
No,
right? That's not something that Coach NJ and the Wildcats have done in past years. Absolutely. I like it personally.
I do too. Well, the Cats set to kick off for the second time tonight. Seth Kolomainen, number 8, will be doing the honors. Again, back deep for Rochester Mayo is Danny Masowski, the junior. Plays wide receiver and D-back for Rochester Mayo. Mayo that went 3 and out on their first series.
Well, that's not going to be an option here, Mike.
No,
the Mayo Spartans have got to get a couple first downs, blunt a little bit of this momentum here by the Wildcats.
Well, this would be returnable. And it just trickles out of bounds, so Mayo's going to get the ball up at the 35. That almost looked like that new NFL rule where you just kind of get it down there and it kind of dies in the field. Somebody's got to pick it up. But just trickled into the white area, which out of bounds. So Mayo to take over. 3:08 to go. Opening quarter here on ETV. Again, we are your home for Wildcat Sports. Okay, that must have been the penalty he was calling. Should mention up front for the Wildcats, Hans Anderson is number 92. Cruz, Aguado-Tellis is 90. Harrison Brandt is 84. That's your defensive front for the Wildcats. And I know Hans Anderson has cousins watching in Michigan again tonight. So, Danielle and Josh and Hans and Britta want to make sure they say hello. Fake to Beal. And upended that time. And we do have a flag on the play. Sheehan might have got back to the line of scrimmage.
So unfortunately, there was a little bit of a miscommunication near side. Could not tell who it was. I think it was Kip and one other player. I couldn't tell. Number 4 from Mayo and one other player. Both were moving at the same time. And I think they're going to say that instead of a shift, they're going to say they weren't set for a full count afterwards.
There we go.
Now the question is, do they want to decline the penalty? Because there was no gain.
Legal motion, offense, 5-yard penalty, will be first down.
There we go. So 1st and 15 upcoming. Good, though. Nice job by that Eagan front. They were all over Sheehan trying to make something happen there.
Well, and that's, and talking to Coach Holcomb before the game, 13 penalties last week. That's the kind of penalty where you shoot yourself in the foot. You've knocked yourself off schedule already.
Let's see if they give it to Beal here. Keep an eye, 26 in white. Nope, they're going to go. Sheehan's going to try to go air it out. That ball overthrown that time. Intended target was Boguslawski. He had 6 catches a week ago in that win over Burnsville. 118 yards and a score. Boguslawski's got an offer from Winona State already. Runs a 4.58 40.
That's fast, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's pretty fast, isn't it?
I believe so.
I think it is.
Yeah, absolutely. We mentioned Beal, the running back. We haven't really seen a whole lot, but I read where he put on 20 pounds of muscle in the offseason. So he's making him even tougher to bring down.
We're going to see a steady diet of him all night. I'm sure Mayo's going to go to that bell cow.
Will it start right here or continue right here? Nope. Trying to air it out. Good pressure that time by the Cats. Pressure remains. Throws it back near or far side. That's going to be a loss of 3. That was really solid defense all the way around. Coleman is going to get the stop. But I think it was Harrison Brandt that was in there to disrupt, among others.
So I like Brandt in there. I like others in there. The pressure was great. You know what I like the most about that play, Mike? The fact that the Wildcats had gang tackling at the end. In prior years, past seasons, there have been times when that player will slip out of a tackle and he'll go for 20 more yards. And that did not happen this time at all. And that's what they, Coach NJ said, what they work on this weekend in practice? Tackling.
I was going to say, if you watch that Edina game, you didn't see a lot of that, shall we say?
Yes.
But it was week 1. 3rd and long. Little inside route. And it's going to be, he's going to get about 10 that time as Noah Hagan. Needs about 3 more. Down 15 rip here late first quarter. I think you got to punt this away, don't you?
Yeah, I think you punt it away and you make Eagan continue doing what they're doing. You certainly don't want to give the Wildcats a short field.
And yep. And post is into punt. Or lined up to punt, shall we say. Again, Adam Dorsey back deep for the Wildcats. Another one of the captains on this squad.
One of the things the Mayo, passes for Mayo, they've gone downfield a couple times. Maybe they needed more crossing routes.
Post good, high kick. Dorsey. Oh, nice job downfield on the coverage that time. Max Durgan for Rochester Mayo.
Yeah, Durgan getting a well-deserved pat on the back of the helmet by one of his teammates because he absolutely sniffed that out. It's one of the hardest things you can do on the coverage team is get there right when the ball arrives, not early, but get there and then of course make the tackle, right? I mean, there's not, doesn't help if you get down there early and don't make the tackle, but Durgan did that excellent job.
It's got to be hard as a high school kid because so often your punts are line drives, but you get a kid like Post, he's got that nice high arc on it. I don't know how much that throws off your timing.
I wonder if the coaches are telling Dorsey, hey, let's call for fair catch there.
Exactly. And we've got flags, time. Oops, we're pointing at Mayo. I think timeout. No?
Does Mayo have 12 players on the field? I think they've got 12 players on the field.
Okay, yep, because they did. There was a flag thrown, and then I believe Mayo got the timeout.
Mayo, they're second of the first half.
Okay. Well, there's a mental mistake that Coach Holcomb was talking about.
Yeah, biggest and most important thing for the Mayo Spartans right now is calm down, right? Just take a deep breath, stay calm, play your game, do what we're supposed to do. Don't look at the scoreboard. Don't worry about the scoreboard. The scoreboard will take care of itself. Just play your game and focus. And, for the flip side, Wildcats want to run as many plays as possible right now. They have great momentum. They're holding on to the football. They haven't committed a penalty yet. I know it's early in the game, but they're doing all the right things.
Absolutely. What I think if you're, the Eagan coaches, you're telling your guys too, hey, stay focused. That's right. Same kind of thing. This isn't, you're up by 2 scores, but there's a long way to go in this football game, and we can't start thinking you got it in the bag. Evans gonna throw it. Got a man, Hulk. Did he hang on? He did, out to the 45-yard line. 1 for 1 for 30 yards, that Eagan passing attack. We said, they only threw it twice a week ago with Edina.
Well, the ball ended up on the turf. Evans picks it up. Still almost a mistake there, Mike Cook. Gets back, sends a heave. Nice job that time bringing it down, and that helps flip the field a little bit.
Absolutely. 45 seconds to go here in a quarter that's been dominated by the Eagan Wildcats. Gage out to the 49 on what could be the final play of quarter number 1. 33 seconds still on the clock. See what the Cats choose to do on what's going to be a second and about 5. Mentioned Graham Boys, the center, Alex Less, he's your left tackle out there. Cole Will's the guard. Marshall Beerley is also playing guard, and then Ethan Wilson is your right tackle for the Eagan Wildcats. Joe Noreen, I see, is out there as well right now, number 78 in blue. As you well know, the offensive linemen, they never get enough love.
No, absolutely not. And they've done a nice job. They've done a nice job early in this game opening up some holes. I expect Mayo to dial up their pressure a little bit, change a few things, throw a few curveballs to these guys to give them some, to make it a little harder for them. And I expect Mayo to do whatever we can to come back on that.
All right, let's take ourselves a very short break here as Eagan up 15-0.
How you feel on the inside is just as important to me as how you feel on the outside.
Oh, Daddy. I'm grown up in every way. Care and take care of you. I'm grown up and I know you're there. I'm grown up and you know I care. 'Cause it's you and me and me and you. So when you are okay or not okay, I'll take care of you.
And right now, you saw the PSA there for emotional well-being. Well, the Cats are emotionally doing pretty good right now as they are up by a 15-0 count over Rochester Mayo as we start quarter number 2. Ison catch is going to go left, and it's going to be just shy of the first down. I think the Cats might have got away with a false start there. Bottom line is it's going to be 3rd and about 2 upcoming for the Eagan Wildcats. Let's make it 3. Look at Matt Nicey, number 20, coming off. Got a big brace on his right knee. Looks like he kind of just reached down almost to his right hammy. I hope he's okay. Hyber, the tight end, he's going to go left side in this formation. Do you just give it to Gage? Yeah, and it works. First down, Eagan Wildcats. Just follow your guy up the middle. There's Gramboy's the center, number 60. And the sticks will move once again for the Eagan Wildcats.
Big spot for the Mayo Spartans. They need to do something to arrest the momentum of the Wildcats. They've got to either create a turnover, force a punt, do something here that's going to slow this momentum down.
First downs right now, 8 for Eagan, 0 for Mayo. Evans, pitch, near side. First carry of the night for Halverson. On inside the 25-yard line, Gage Halverson, the 6'1 sophomore. Breaks one for about 20. What are they going to put it at here? Started back at the 44. They're going to say a 19-yard carry for Halverson.
Great blocking on the outside. Halverson does the rest. Nicely done. There it is to the left side of your screen. Like Evans making that pitch, Ison blocking down the field. Everybody blocking down the field that time. Hope doing another nice job of blocking downfield. So underrated downfield blocking.
Yes. From the 25 of Mayo. From the 24 of Mayo. A host of Spartans in on that stop. Looks like 75. Caleb Loomis coming up off the bottom of that pile. Number 75, he's 285 sophomore.
Yeah,
that's a big boy.
Yeah, he is, and what a great bear hug tackle that was.
Absolutely.
He was making. He didn't need any help to finish that tackle off, Mike.
He got some, though. Jack Regan was in there too. There's a good look at number 75, Loomis. Regan is 74. 58, Casey Kramer. We mentioned him a few times tonight. Kramer, one of the captains for Mayo.
This is going to start wearing on the Mayo Spartan defensive line, all this smash mouth football.
Evans, he'll keep it, cuts it up. Look at Evans, that should be enough to move the sticks as he gets upended at about the 15-yard line by number 15, Landon Sunday. And there go the chains. Cats in the red zone once again. 10 yards that time for Brooklyn Evans. Making a lot of noise down in the pit. Somebody's running along with a sign. I can't see what it says, but
maybe we're not supposed to see what it says.
Yeah, maybe. That was one of the officers that was running with it. One of Eagan's finest. Here's Evans. Evans going to the corner. Jump ball. Oh, just off the hands. Chris Brandt. Brandt hands to head really quick, thinking he should have had it. Would have been a really nice catch. Tough play. Just a hair.
Yeah, well, I think it hit both hands.
Yep.
And so I think he's saying, yeah, I really want that one back. Well, it's not like there's a surplus of passing plays out there for the Wildcats. So got to take advantage when you get the chance.
Absolutely. 2nd and 10, Cats. Evans under center. Gage. Maybe to the 10. Get a number of Mayo Spartans in there on that gang tackle. Coming off the bottom of that pile, it looks like Boguslawski, 18.
This would be big for the Spartans to stop the Wildcats here. This would be huge for them. Give them some confidence. And honestly, if there's an incomplete pass, if the Wildcats don't gain another yard, what do they do? What do they do? They're ahead by 2 scores. Do they try to go ahead by 3 scores, or do they with a field goal, or do they run the ball, try to throw a pass? What do they do?
I put in Alex Land for a field goal attempt, but
yep,
we're up here.
Yeah, we're up here.
But it's 3rd and 7 right now. Cats would like to get that 7, so it really doesn't matter what we think. Evans cuts it up. Evans to the house. 6 points, Eagan. Second of the night for Evans.
Well, it renders our discussion moot, I suppose, Mike.
Yes, it does.
Was good blocking there on the far side. Left side of the offensive line did a nice job of folding in everybody, and now the Wildcats will kick the extra point. You see there's some, we think they will. They're in a position to do it now.
Kolemainen, Sedlicek to hold. Kick is up, kick is good. 8:12 to go in the opening half. Eagan Wildcats 22, Rochester Mayo 0. Again, Aloha Hawaiian theme tonight. Tried to get the word luau in there somehow, but I don't know how we're going to do that.
Well, I'm sure if we put our minds to it, if we really try, we'll find a way to pull it off.
85 yards that drive for the Eagan Wildcats. 10 plays. And it led with that 29-yard pass from Evans to Hoke.
Well, it's plays like that, Mike, that break tendencies, right? I mean, you know, the Wildcats throwing 2 passes last week. I'm sure if I was the Mayo coaching staff, I'd say, okay, look, yeah, can they throw a pass? Yes. Do they want to? Are they gonna? Probably not, especially on 1st and 10, right? How many times have they thrown passes on 1st and 10 in the last, 4 or 5 years? Probably not very many.
No,
it's single digits, right?
Say,
let's say it that way.
I was going to say maybe one hand, maybe 2.
Probably one, Mike.
And that one's got a nice hook on it. And Mayo to take over at their own 35 for the 2nd straight time when they have the football. Coach Holcomb was telling us they've got a couple of quarterbacks this year. Calder Sheehan has seen all the snaps thus far. Isaac Peterson also is expected to see some playing time. He's number 12 in white. Let's see if it's still, it's still going to be Sheehan running the offense.
Well, don't look at this. If you're Rochester, if you're the Mayo Spartans, don't look at the scoreboard. Just don't pay attention to it. Get a first down, get another first down, move the ball down the field, take some of this momentum out of the Wildcats offense, out of that team right now. Just focus on that.
Yep. Sheehan's going to throw far side. Beal on the little swing pass, maybe gets a couple that time. At Rochester Mayo a week ago against Burnsville, 475 yards of offense. Tonight they are looking at Unofficially, I've got him for 10.
Yeah, it's definitely not been the prototypical night that they were looking for.
No.
But they're going to change some things up. They're going to make some adjustments.
Absolutely. Seeing air. Nope, he's going to duck. Throw a little pass. We got a flag behind the play. This is Bogalewski. Losky, I should say. It's down to the Eagan 35. Pickup of 27. However, there is a yellow hanky back at the 35-yard line.
Well, see, that's what's interesting here is that is not, it's not really the offensive backfield.
Right.
So what do we have?
Holding, offense number 69. 10-yard penalty, second down.
And it's 10 yards from the spot of the foul, so it's going to be it's going to basically create a second down and 16, maybe.
Yep. See Fisher, big number 69 for the Rochester Mayo Spartans.
Second down and 18, perhaps.
Something close to that, yeah. Second and long, no matter what you want to call it.
Well, unfortunate there for the Spartans. They had something working, and to their credit, Sheehan had done a nice job of improvising.
Yes.
Only to be called back, but stay at it, get a first down.
4 receivers set for the Spartans. Good pressure by the Cats. Sheehan scrambling, he's going to throw off balance into traffic. Nice throw, connecting with Noah Hagan. Got about 8 yards on a play that was, dare I say, destined for a sack.
Yeah, that was a ball that, as he was throwing it, I was thinking to myself, this may not go well for the young man, right? Watch him, he rolls out against his throws back against the grain, takes a hit anyway. Eagan does a nice job of snagging that ball, tucking it away. Multiple defensive players in the area. At least it's a potentially makeable third down now.
Yep. There's Hans Anderson with the pressure there, looking for his first sack. Again, 4 receivers. They got trips right, does Mayo. Rolling that way. Good pressure from the backside. Oh, big hit, far side, Dorsey. Nice catch that time, Jacob Canfield, and he hung on.
A late flag there.
I
don't know what that's. I can't imagine that was a flag against Dorsey.
I don't think so. It shouldn't be.
Didn't look
Let's take
like
a look
he hit him.
Watch the end of this play.
He didn't lead with his helmet or anything. No.
It was incomplete.
It was incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass,
but
okay.
It was a bang play. I don't think they're going to get.
Oh, there we go. That was it right there.
That'll do it.
Frustration by Canfield.
Yep.
And right in front of the officials and right in front of the coaching staff for Mayo.
So there's a chance if you're the Wildcats, you just decline this penalty.
Absolutely.
Now, it might be a dead ball foul, though, right? It might be a dead ball because it's a personal foul penalty
point.
afterwards. You may not get a chance to.
Good point.
But if you're the Wildcats and can't decline it, you might just decline it and try to get the ball back. But it might be a personal foul penalty that you can't decline.
Long discussion amongst the officials. Hey, quick plug for us, by the way. ETV is your home for Wildcat sports. Don't miss a second of the action this fall. Live streams of the games. Eagan TV will be live streaming all home games for football, boys and girls soccer, and select meet for girls swim and dive. Visit cityvegan.com/ETV-sports.
There are 2 fouls on that play. Personal foul targeting number 7.
No.
15-yard penalty. Force, it will be a first down. Dead ball. It's going to find unnecessary roughness. 15-yard penalty. It will also be enforced. It will be first down, Rochester Mayo.
So Dorsey they're going to get on targeting, and then we've got a personal foul on Mayo. Well, they don't have replay review like we have, but
He led with his shoulder.
Yeah, I think
He led with his shoulder.
and you see Coach Nick Johnson asking about it.
I mean, look, it was a hard hit, no question about that, and but the receiver hadn't caught the ball, right, or wasn't in the process of catching the ball. You got to hit him. I mean, you got to defend him.
Yep.
You see NJ trying to explain. He hit him with his shoulder. Right. He didn't lead with his helmet. I'm not sure about that one.
No.
A bit of a head scratcher.
Bottom line is it's going to be 1st and 10 Mayo as we approach the midway point of quarter number 2. And yeah, I know we're the Eagan announcers questioning the call, but it was kind of,
Well, the replay,
and the
replay
Mayo
was
one
pretty clear. It was shoulder,
Yeah.
it was shoulder
Yep.
to shoulder.
Absolutely.
I don't think he hit him in the head.
Nope. And we would say just
In any event.
if roles were reversed, we'd say the same thing.
Yeah, I think so.
5 receivers for Mayo. Sheehan, he'll keep it and gets maybe a couple. Hans Anderson in there for the Wildcats. 27 Langhorst. Good to see Christian Langhorst this year, 27 in blue. Hurt his elbow last year, ended up missing part of the season. You see the big brace there on that right arm. 2nd and 7 Mayo after that 3 yards for Sheehan. Good pressure by the Cats. Sheehan throws it. Whoa, that ball nearly went the other way. Dorsey almost took that to the house. And that was almost a backward pass as well. The ball went out of bounds ultimately.
Yeah, look, you and I are sitting up here. We're not coaches, but as you see, Sheehan, he's running for his life there really quickly. And Dorsey, he'll have visions of that dancing in his head tonight.
Absolutely.
He's thinking, oh my goodness, you see the frustration. But seriously, in all seriousness, why isn't Beal getting this ball? I mean, Beal should be getting this ball, running right at this defense, doing what got them here, what they were successful with last week. We haven't seen enough of him, Mike.
Unofficially, I think I've got him for 2 carries.
2 carries and 1 pass catch.
And that was the first 2 plays of the game for Mayo offensive plays. Throwing it up deep. He's got a man. Nice diving catch by Durgan. First down Mayo at the Wildcat 26-yard line. That's a 35-yard gain. 34. They're going to spot it at the 27. Nice catch and nice throw and catch by Mayo.
Well, Sheehan has great downfield vision because he sees Durgan streaking, and look at Durgan catch that ball and hold on to it. Nicely done. Honestly, I thought he was throwing it up for grabs, Mike.
I did too.
When he sent that forward, I did not think that was going to land where he wanted it to.
Sheehan straight ahead. It's about 5 on first down. Larson with the stop for the Wildcats. Bennett Larson.
I mean, it was a heck of a pass, but I still stand by my statement. More Beal would be a good thing here for the Spartans.
Yeah.
I mean, you still have an entire half of football to play. Just get on the board with 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Just get on the board, cut it to a 2-score game, and let your defense do its job.
And to get way ahead of ourselves, Mayo gets the ball to start the second half.
They do. They do.
There goes Beal. Cuts it up. Got held up there by somebody coming back near side. You saw this on film last week against Burnsville. And he's finally down back at the 27-yard line. That's a loss of about 4 after he ran for, 45 yards there? But nice job by the Wildcat defense to hustle back to that near side. Colomainen was among the leaders on that group for Eagan.
Now watch what Isaiah Beal does. This type of an athlete needs the ball in his hands. However you get it to him, bubble screens, flanker screens, quick pitches, I don't care. Run the trap for God's sakes. But he's going to cause Nick Johnson indigestion if he runs the ball like that.
3rd and 9 for Mayo. 2 receivers each side. And that's not going to be 3 to the right. They send a man in motion. Sheehan's going to roll that way. Looking. And he's going to throw it. I believe that's caught on the far side. It's going to be 4th and short. Was it not caught?
Well, the Wildcats indicated it was incomplete. The officials seem to suggest
they're going to agree.
That they agree, yeah. Yep. Ball did come out. Sorry about that.
Langhorst on the coverage.
Hard to see from where we were. It sure looked like a heck of a catch.
It did. 4th and 9, Mayo.
Despite the fact you have one of the best place kickers perhaps in the state of Minnesota, if not the best, this isn't a bad idea here.
Nope. I was watching Post warm up easily from 45, which is about what this kick would be just shy of that had they go that route, but down by 22. And they will remain down by 22 as they needed 9, got about 6 that time. Boguslavsky, the carrier, And Eagan going to take over with 3:42 to go in the half. Already up by a 22-0 count. Here, home opener 20-24. And not a lot of fun at the beach so far for the Spartan student section.
Well, the night's still young. There's still some stuff they can cheer about. If Beal gets the ball in open space, Mike, look out, right? That's what they've got to do. But right now they just got to keep Eagan in their own end, not give up any big plays.
From the 20, the Cats went 80 on their first drive of the night. And wrapped up by about half of the defense for the Rochester Mayo, including Caleb Loomis, Jack Regan, and company. I think Antonio Lozoya might have gotten in there as well. A couple yards that time for the Cats.
I'm smelling brick oven pizza up here, Mike Cook, and it's driving me crazy. You folks at home, it's a sensory overload up here in the booth.
Brick oven pizza, a fine Eagan food truck. Seen them at a lot of festivals this year. And we've got Finer Meats and Eats making the trek down from South Minneapolis once again. Really good food there.
Absolutely.
You and I have a tradition of a burger to go after this one. They will be here for all 4 home games this year. I would assume Brick Oven will be here as well. Going backwards, minimal pickup that time for the Cats. Bergen Messmer among those in on the stop for Mayo. That was Gilbertson on the carry. Well, 3rd and 6. You still have 3 timeouts if you're the Eagan Wildcats. What do you do?
Well, the first thing I do is get this first down, Mike. I think using those timeouts will be dependent, obviously, on if they get a first down here. They want to get the first down before they start slowing this clock down.
Yep. This is going to be coming around near side. Nice tackle that time for Rochester Mayo. That was Halverson that was upended by number 8 in white. That was Kukla from his safety position. And Mayo just has 1 timeout remaining, choosing not to use it right here. Watch the coverage here by 8 in white. Just stayed right with him. Textbook.
Yep. Tracks, uses the arms, wraps up, nicely done.
Yep.
And the Wildcats with a little challenge getting guys on and off.
Absolutely.
In fact, if you have timeouts to call, this might be a good spot to call a timeout.
Yeah, they only have 1. Play clock down to 5. Land with the kick. High, short, fair catch called for. Fair catch made at the 48-yard line by Durgan. So Rochester Mayo down by 22. They have 90 seconds left before the half. And as we said, Nathan, they're going to get the ball to start the second half. So is this one where you kind of do it around the half?
Absolutely. Well, the Spartans have demonstrated what in the last drive. They're throwing the football, right? They're not running the football right now. And right now, with this much time left on the clock, 90 seconds, you got to throw it a little bit. But that being said, I still would give it to Beal here.
Yeah.
Let him run. Let him see if he can break one.
4 receivers, 2 to each side. There goes Beal, right side. Yeah, there might have been motion there on Mayo, I thought, on the far side. There's a flag that came in. Beal gets about 12 and gets out of bounds. I think it was Gage on the stop. Well, let's see what the flag is all about. I thought their guy in the slot turned up a little too quick.
Penalty flag on the play.
Block in the back, offensive 18. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Okay.
I agree with you. I thought maybe the inside judge, one of the judges on the lines, refs on the lines would have thrown a flag as they were coming forward. But block in the back, and it's 10 yards the wrong way.
Yep.
I mean, that's, I think, the 5th penalty. 5 penalties maybe for Mayo.
At least, yeah.
And that's, again, that's shooting yourself in the foot, right? I mean, it's, you know, granted, if you're getting beat, sometimes, you know, you do that kind of thing. But that's a situation where the Wildcats, or excuse me, the Spartans just can't do that, especially when they're down by, they have an opportunity, they're at midfield effectively, and now they've burned 9 seconds and they've gone 10 yards the wrong way.
After Beal got 12 on that carry, that's going to not count for anything. Similar formation, 4 receiver set. Looking near side. Good pressure by the Cats. Coming back near side. Yeah, a little short pass out to Hagan. Get 3, maybe 4 yards that time. Good pressure there by Nathaniel Lee for the Wildcats, number 35.
Okay, the hero of that play, though, was Isaiah Beal. Did you see how he blocked for his quarterback? Not only did he block and knock the guy down, he waited till he got up and blocked him again and gave Cart and Sheehan all sorts of time. That young man, if he blocks like that and runs like we've seen him run, he's got a big future in front of him.
Absolutely.
Mike.
And he is being looked at by some D2 and D3 schools. Sheehan going to go to the air, maybe. Nope, he'll keep it. But he'll get out of bounds. That'll save that timeout. So it's going to be 3rd and about 12 upcoming for Rochester Mayo. Eduardo Tellis giving chase that time for the Wildcats.
Smart play by Sheehan to get out of bounds, save that timeout, give them an opportunity to do something else. I mean, to be honest with you, this might be 4-down territory, right? The reason I say that is because the Wildcats aren't exactly a quick strike offense. If you turn the ball over at midfield and then with only a little bit of time left, maybe it's not such a big risk.
Yeah, but you got to remember, Eagan's got 3 timeouts.
They do.
But if you can get 6, 7, maybe 8 yards here. Larson got blocked by a couple of guys. Sheehan throws, nearly intercepted that time. It was, I believe, Dorsey nearly with the pick for the Wildcats. I think August Boley was over there as well. Yep, that's the right. He didn't catch it. Dorsey making sure we all are aware of that.
Well, and my prognostication regarding what to do next if you're the Spartans was kind of, like you said, kind of dependent on getting at least some yards there. Now at this point, yeah, I think you probably have to punt the ball.
I think you do too.
Yep.
I mean, you got 59 seconds. And remember last time down, it was the nice high kick by Post. Dorsey, he got dropped right away. Good coverage by Mayo. Just kicks that one down with ease. Here's Dorsey. Loses the football, but quickly gets on it. Charlie Kipp, among others, in there. Landon Sunday for Mayo. Dorsey fortunate that was not a turnover for the Wildcats.
He made the right call fielding the punt. He made the right call calling for the fair catch. The execution, obviously, it's challenging when those guys are, in your lap when you're catching that ball. It can be challenging, but hey, to his credit, the punt's on the ball's on the ground, and what does he do? He gets on it.
So if you're Eagan, what do you do here? You're 51 seconds, 3 timeouts, but you're at your own 23. Give it to Evans. We get out to the 30. Cats not using a timeout. They are hurrying back to the line, however.
Maybe they want to get a first down first?
I think so. You don't spike it here. Yeah, that works. To the outside, Gilbertson. Across the 50, down to the 48 of Mayo. That's about a 22-yard scamper. As Gilbertson, the 5'9 junior, with another nice carry.
And now with 21 seconds left and 3 timeouts, now, Mike, I think you start thinking about getting yourself in a position where you can heave this to the end zone, maybe break one.
Will Chris Brandt get an opportunity at another reception? Remember, he had that one in the end zone he nearly had. He had his man beat by a step in the end zone. Carter Hills lined up wide right, bottom of your screen. Evans looking that way. Evans pressured. This is Eisen. And it's maybe a couple yards, but does stay in bounds. And Nick Johnson quickly putting the hands together for the timeout. 9 seconds to go here in the half. Again, 22-0 Eagan Wildcats. Tate Gage with an 11-yard run on the opening drive. Brooklyn Evans for 54, and then Evans again for 11.
I think that the Wildcats here, they might be able to. 9 seconds is kind of tricky, Mike. I mean, if it was any more than that, you might try to run one play quick, get a few yards, call a timeout. But I think we might see how far Evans can throw the ball tonight, right now.
I agree with your first statement. I think they've actually got time to run 2 plays.
Think so?
I do. When you've got the timeouts, Coach Nick Johnson there, his 6th year. You said Donnie Holcomb, the Rochester Mayo coach, year 13. This is going to, Hulk is lined up wide right. I guess that's technically wide right. That's really not that far out near side. Evans back near side. This is Eagan. Eagan down to the 32-yard line. Ball is loose. Are they get 2 seconds left? They're going to say he was down.
Yeah. Ball comes out after Eagan hits the deck. His knee's down. Everything else is down.
16 yards on the carry. Now you got time to heave it into the end zone. Nice block downfield by Gage Halverson. Yeah, definitely. The big number 58, Casey Kramer, falls on you. You might lose the football. So 2 seconds. They're lining up for a field goal. Seth Coleman. This would be 48 yards. Tyler Sedlicek, the holder. Timeout taken by the Wildcats.
They didn't have all their personnel on the field, Mike.
Nope. I believe Bo Thielen is your long snapper.
This might be the longest 2 seconds if the Spartans call a timeout to try to ice up a coal mine.
Right.
We might be out here a long time.
And the Cats are going to gather around near side. Hey, there's Coach Nick Johnson. Hey, why don't we give a shout out to his favorite mother-in-law, Patty Bedard, also the official seamstress of Eagan High School football.
I did not know that.
Yeah, official seamstress, I was told. So, Patty, glad you're enjoying the Wildcats and watching your son-in-law have a good opening half. And I saw your daughter Molly up there promoting the Eagan Kids Club. People, by the way, if you're interested in the Eagan Kids Club, get in free. It's for kindergartners through 5th graders. Check it out through the Ladder crew.
Offense back on the field, Mike.
Yep. Let's see what kind of trickery, if any, the Wildcats have right here. Evans, he'll drop. Good pressure far side. Evans going to have to scramble. He's going to have to run it. Eludes one man. Brooklyn Evans, can he get to the outside? Can he get all the way? Oh, down to the 4. Almost made it happen on that last play. Instead, it goes into a rush of 28 yards for Brooklyn Evans. And the Eagan Wildcats at the half, 22. The Rochester Mayo Spartans, nothing.
Well, the Wildcats were dominant in virtually all phases of the game for most of this half, Mike. Spartans moved the ball a little bit in their most recent drive, so they've got something to hold on to going into halftime. Obviously some adjustments need to be made. Something needs to change for the Spartans to climb back into this game. But the Wildcats have to keep doing what they're doing, and that's the test for Coach NJ and the Wildcats. Can you continue to be consistent?
Well, we're going to find out. You see the Cats heading off amongst the throngs of fans here tonight in Wildcat country. It's the Eagan Wildcats 22, Rochester Mayo nothing at the half. We'll take a break and we'll be back with the second half shortly. You're watching ETV, your home for Wildcat Sports.
Why do we make movies? It's not just for entertainment. It's a journey into ourselves. Through cinema, we capture life itself. Joy, sorrow, struggle, and triumph. We are transported to places that only exist in the imagination, connected to stories from a range of voices, together. At the Eagan Art Block Short Film Festival, we celebrate the best short films of the Midwest. The films that make us laugh, cry, and cheer. Films that have the power to inspire us, connect us, and remind us of our shared humanity. So, why do you make movies?
The Open Door is a hunger relief organization. We were founded in Eagan. We now serve all of Dakota County. Today is our 4th annual 5K and 1 mile fun run walk to raise awareness and support for the Open Door and our mission of getting food to anyone in Dakota County that needs it.
Hunger is more than just, I don't have enough money. There's a lot of people that want to be healthy. When the option is, do you just want a plain old box of macaroni and cheese, or do you want fresh food? When people have the choices, they're always picking the fresh food.
On an average month, we'll get fresh and healthy food to 18,000 to 20,000 people across Dakota County. And today's event helps raise awareness and money that fuels our mission and gets food directly into the hands of families that need it.
It's a great opportunity for community engagement. It's awesome to have volunteers, staff, and community members all come out, not only for people working with the Open Door, but just as kind of getting out there and having some fun together.
I'll see y'all. I got some batteries and 2 flashlights.
What's up, champ? I feel like you get taller every time I see you. Congratulations, Brandon.
You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff. That's what white people think.
You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk.
Why do we make movies? It's not just for entertainment. It's a journey into ourselves. Through cinema, we capture life itself. Joy, sorrow, struggle, and triumph. We are transported to places that only exist in the imagination, connected to stories from a range of voices, together. At the Eagan Art Block Short Film Festival, we celebrate the best short films of the Midwest. The films that make us laugh, cry, and cheer. Films that have the power to inspire us, connect us, and remind us of our shared humanity. So, why do you make movies?
Welcome back to Wildcat Country. We're at the half. The Eagan Wildcats 22, Rochester Mayo Spartans 0. Again, he's Nathan Cron. I'm Mike Cook. Happy to be with you here in the home opener for the Eagan High School football squad here in 2024. And you can see this. Let's take a look at some of the first half highlights of why the home team is up by a 22-0 count. As you see Brooklyn Evans with the early carry there for the Eagan Wildcats. Tate Gage, he scores from 11, untouched. Cat completed an 80-yard drive, and it's 7-0 Eagan Wildcats. 3 and out by Mayo. Cats get the ball. Actually, this is going to be Cats are already up at that point by after Evans had a 54-yard run. Wesley Hoke, 29-yard reception, and Brooklyn Evans with his second of the night. This time from 11 yards out. 22 rip Eagan Wildcats. And then this last play, Brooklyn Evans. Eagan was thinking Hail Mary. Evans scrambling. 28 yards, but he needed about 33 to get to the end zone, but still a heck of a play by the senior signal caller. Eagan, first half offense, 315 yards. Evans, 137 on the ground. Tate Gage, 86 on the ground. For Rochester Mayo, unofficially, not including penalties, 67 yards of total offense. Yeah, so Nathan, a strong first half for the Cats.
Strong first half for the Cats. First half to forget about for the Spartans, but you know, I suspect very strongly that Coach Donnie Holcomb's got to get those guys lined up, get their heads squared away, and have them come out here and play quality football in this second half. If you're the Wildcats, do not think that this game is over. These Spartans are they're gonna drive the ball on them. They're gonna keep tackling the way they've been tackling. It's gonna be a closer game than it looks like right now. That's my prediction.
I would agree with Joe. You and I were both saying here during halftime, we were talking to each other. Neither one of us expected this kind of a game tonight. We expected something to be really tooth and nail kind of thing, and
I expect
last team with the ball kind of thing.
That's right, and I expect Isaiah Beals should be getting, if he doesn't touch the ball at least every other play. I'm not sure what Mayo's doing, honestly. I mean, he's shown flashes of brilliance, right, out there on the field. And in open field, the Wildcats are going to struggle to tackle him. They've got to get the ball in his hands. There's still plenty of time in this game. As the Mayo defense has suddenly gotten a little bit better. The Wildcats had 3 scoring drives, bang, 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 and then all of a sudden, punt, right? A couple of punts and a turnover on downs, end of the half, that kind of thing. So your defense is playing better, right? You're making it harder for the Wildcats. The question is, can you offensively get something going? And I think you put it in the hands of your most explosive player.
I would agree. Well, you saw the pit. Hawaiian is the theme. We talk about it all the time, but I don't know if I've ever seen that many people in the pit for an Eagan football game.
It's pretty big. The pit extends all the way to the 30-yard. It starts at one 30-yard line, goes all the way to the other 30-yard line. So we'll see how this turns out.
Yep, Alex Land, by the way, the kickoff for the Cats. And we saw just before we came back on here, the back railing came off in one of the sections here for the pit. So
that's happened before. You would think they might either just take the railing all the way down or clean that up somehow.
Yeah, well, it's off now as the Cats will kick off. This one will be returnable for Rochester Mayo. Out across the 25, 30, finding a seam. Nice return that time by Masowski. Couple of, maybe 2 stops away from taking that one all the way back, but Mayo to take over at their own 33-yard line.
So a good start for the Mayo Spartans, getting some good field position, right? And now it's up to their offense. They've got to put some points on the board. They've got to move the ball first. And second, they've got to put some points on the board.
First play of the second half for Rochester Mayo. And they have switched quarterbacks. Isaac Peterson, number 12, in as your signal caller, and hands it off to Beal. As you said, Nathan, just give 26 the ball and let's see what happens. Again, that young man had 218 a week ago against Burnsville.
Yeah, I think if you give the offensive a couple things. First of all, the Mayo defense probably is a little tired having to deal with multiple 10-play, double-digit play drives for the Wildcats. So anything you do to control this ball, keep the Wildcat offense off the field is a good thing. Get your offensive line leaning on these Wildcats and make them work.
2nd and 5, Rochester Mayo. We set 67 yards in the first half. Beal wrapped up nicely there by the Wildcats. 84 to finish him off that time was Harrison Branton. I'm not sure if that was Hans Anderson, first man in for the Cats. It is number 92 in blue.
Well, it's a new school year, so we've got new pit captains down there for the Wildcats. I want to mention them if we can. Agnes Rowland, Sean Albert, Lucy Turfler, Audra Peterson, Jake Woog, and Paige Olson. Thanks for leading our pit, being good role models for all of us.
There they are right there. Again, Hawaiian is the theme. Don't know what it'll be in watching in 2 weeks. I think it's the tackle cancer game here in Wildcat Country, but we'll talk about that a little bit later as we look ahead. Whistles aplenty because we have a timeout. Rochester Mayo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 11 guys out there, so that's not the problem. Well, it gives an opportunity to talk about the Wildcat schedule coming up. Next Friday night, Friday the 13th, for those of you that care, at Rosemount High School. Revenge game for the Irish, who came in here last year and got absolutely waxed. First time, I think it was 11 years that Eagan beat the Irish. And then the following Thursday, yes, Mike said Thursday, and Mike is going to say 6 o'clock on Thursday. Yes, 6 o'clock on Thursday. Lakeville South will be here, and that'll be the tackle cancer game this year here in Wildcat Country. So a special Thursday night edition of Friday Night Lights. For Rochester Mayo, they're at Farmington next Friday, and then that Thursday night they host the Rosemount Irish down in Rochester. Pearson to throw, near side, got his man. Well, that was a dart in there, first down Mayo. 18, Boguslawski on the catch. Good coverage there by Grady Reeser. But that was just a dart right where it had to be. First down for Mayo.
Great catch in traffic by Boguslawski. Nice ball from Peterson.
Pick up of about 15.
I mean, the coverage can't get much tighter than that, but there was no doubt that ball was right where it needed to be. As you said, Mike, that was impressive.
Pearson looking to the sideline, getting the call. Beal alone in the backfield, as he's been most of the night. Throw it out on that right side. That ball hits the turf off the hands of the intended target over there. That was Boguslawski right in his hands. I think he might have looked to run before he had it.
The football gods giveth, and the football gods taketh away.
Yep. It doesn't go on his stat. So look at Bennett Larson, the defensive stalwart for these Eagan Wildcats. Again, looking to play next year. I know Jamestown is a potential playing place for Bennett next year. Second and 10, Mayo. Peterson across the middle, just a little. That's Boguslawski once again. That's about 8. Just a little down turn in route right there. Nice timing that time between the quarterback and receiver. Good 8 yards.
It's been an effective. I will say this: it's been an effective passing attack here for the Spartans in this first drive. That's excellent. Still a little surprised. We're not seeing a little bit more Beal, but who knows? Maybe on 3rd and short, maybe that's what we'll see.
Cruz, Guadatellis into the game on the defensive line for the Wildcats, number 90. Replaces Nathaniel Lee. 3rd and 2. Beal bounces to the outside, cuts it up. And nice defensive play by the Wildcats. Speaking of Larson, there he was, and Garrett Koken in there as well. 4th and 3 upcoming for Mayo. Now they're going to say 4th and 2. They're going to give them progress. Whatever. Still 4th down, and we'll call it short for Mayo.
Well, it's short, but
Watch Larson.
It's short because look at this tackle. gang tackle, 2 guys on Beal. Koken cleaning it up, nicely done.
And they're going to go to the air. Pedersen, good pressure, throws it back across his body. That deflected by Langhorst. Cats to take over on downs. Good pressure by the Eagan defense. Hans Anderson getting to that outside. Forced Pedersen to throw that one, maybe, or Peterson to throw that a little quicker than he wanted to.
Little surprised that Peterson throws this ball. You see him running out to the right here. I know he's against his body. He sees his receiver as you watch the great defensive play there. But I thought he was going to just attack the line of scrimmage. He only needed 2 yards for the first down.
Yeah, Christian Langhorst getting his paw up there. Cats first time tonight, or first time in the second half, I should say, with the football. And running into a trio of Rochester Mayo Spartans was Tate Gage. Nate Lee among those in there, along with Casey Kramer for Rochester Mayo. Gage, 86 yards on the ground in that opening half for the Wildcats. Picks up a couple on that carry.
I like the call by the Spartans to go for it there, Mike, on the 4th and short on in the Eagan half of the field. I like that call. I just would have probably maybe tried to get my quarterback going with his body so that he could attack the line of scrimmage.
Yep. 2nd and 8. Straight ahead, Gage. Going to be 3rd and about 4 as Gage gets about half of the needed distance. Gage, a baseball player in the offseason.
I have to say, Mike, it looked like the Wildcats might have had a motion penalty. I mean, it looked like that wingback was moving towards the line of scrimmage when that ball was snapped, but I just have to keep an eye on it. Wildcats, very important for them not to commit penalties here, stay on schedule.
I thought officially Eagan has, what, 1 penalty tonight?
I think that's correct.
And that was Dorsey.
The offsetting penalties.
Yeah.
Well, I guess technically it wasn't offsetting.
No, but questionable call. Brooklyn Evans, he'll keep. That's a first down. Cross midfield under the 46-yard line. Pickup of about 9. And the chains will move once again. Evans, that takes him up to 146 on the ground unofficially.
One of the things that Evans does really well, Mike, is he's slippery. I mean, he looks slippery, right?
Yes.
Where he seems to slide into gaps, into holes where the defense isn't, and he's just able to accelerate through that gap. And he's not a bruiser, right? He's not going to knock you over, but he's going to run right past you anyway.
Fresh set of downs as we approach the midway point, quarter number 3 here on Eagan TV. 22-0 Cats, all of the scoring in the first half. Be a pitch, this is Eisen. And he'll actually lose a yard. Good gang tackle that time. Bergen Messmer in there, and I believe it was Landon Sunday as well. And we got a little co-curricular. Eisen looks like has some words for Kukla, who maybe has some words back. Let's see if this is just going to be an unsportsmanlike on somebody.
Well, either way, this is going to be a killer either way. If it's against the Wildcats, what are you doing? If it's against the Spartans, you've just shot yourself in the foot and you've given them effectively a first down.
Unnecessary roughness with 20 on the offense. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness with 15 on the defense. Those all set. First down.
So Eisen and Sunday, the guilty parties.
So it's not first down, it's going to be second down
and about
10.
Should be.
Second down and 10. Yep, referee got caught.
Well, actually, no, he did lose about a yard on the play, so yeah, but it's second and about 11.
Yep. Good thing it was offsetting penalties because somebody was going to get an earful if they had shot themselves in the foot there.
Gage just following the blockers. Been very impressed with this Eagan offensive line tonight. They're just easily pushing Mayo back 3-4 yards a pop.
Did you guys see? I hope we have a replay of this. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. Cole Will, number 55, he hit a pancake block 15 yards down the field. It just absolutely just rolled over. You look at him there at the right guard position. He's absolutely manhandling. Let's see if it comes into your living room here. Watch 55, left side of your screen. Not quite. Oh, there it is. Yep, there it is. He's got a pancake 15 yards down the field.
Pitch, Eisen, got room, got to the outside. Eisen across the 30, 25, 20. Tiptoes his way down to about the 12-yard line. About a 30-yard pickup, Madden Eisen. Right before that play, I was about to say, Eagan go down, just keep running the clock and score. That might be the nail in the coffin.
It certainly could be. Look at Eisen go to the right side of your screen here. Watch our cameras. It follows him. You know, I got to tell you, Mike, I don't think he was really at full speed. No. I don't think he was at full speed because he was still expecting contact. I think he has an extra gear, even beyond that.
Bottom line, that was about a 28-yard run. They're going to say first at the 15. Brooklyn, Evans to the outside. Can he get to pay dirt? He can. 6 points. Eagan, third of the night for Brooklyn Evans.
I love how the backstayed and pitch relationship in case Evans needed some help, but he didn't that time. You know what? You want to know why? Because there was great blocking downfield. Watch the blocking here. Left side of your screen, kind of in the middle of your screen. Watch these blocks down the field. Could not pick out the numbers. I think I could guess, but I couldn't pick it out. But I'll tell you right now. Oh, here it comes. Look at these blocks down the field.
Yep. It's 24 in white. That's Carter Hills. And the kick, I believe, was good. We were looking at the replay. 29-0 Eagan Wildcats. I want to give Chris Brandt some credit there, too. He had a nice job of pushing into that line to help give Brooklyn some room to spring. So 5:13 to go. Eagan 29. Rochester Mayo nothing. And Nathan, coming up, we've got Clue is coming to Eagan Wildcat country.
Yeah, you got to get a clue. This is the I have a little trouble seeing it up here. It's dark up here, but
there you go. I got the light.
You got the light.
It's the murder and blackmail around the menu when 6 mysterious guests assemble at Body Manor for a night they'll never forget. Was it Mrs. Peacock in the study with a knife? Colonel Mustard in the library with a wrench? Based on the fan favorite 1985 Paramount Pictures movie and inspired by the classic Hasbro board game, Clue is an ultimate whodunit that will leave you dying of laughter, keeping you guessing until the final twist. Showtime's Thursday the 26th through Saturday the 28th here at Eagan High School. For tickets, check out the Eagan High School website. Come to Eagan High School, get a Clue. Late September.
I think that's the motto of the school. Come to Eagan High School, get a clue.
Get a clue? Could be.
Might be.
Maybe.
Have to check on that. Get our crack production staff on that.
I think so. Maybe that's the homecoming theme this year. Another return out to the 30-yard line. That's Masowski again. I know homecoming this year is October 4th against Farmington. A little bit later in the season.
Well, the Wildcats went down to Farmington last year, really got whacked. I think Farmington broke the 50 mark, if I'm not mistaken.
So they did too.
I'm sure the Wildcats say to themselves, "Okay, we need to dial it. We need to dial it up a notch, and let's make sure that something like that does not happen on our homecoming."
There's former Wildcat coach Rick Sutton, one of the co-coaches for that Farmington squad. So Rochester Mayo down 29-0. Peterson to throw. Looking down the middle. Got his man. Nice catch that time. Far side. I believe, was that Durgan? Yes, it was. Number 6 in white. This Peterson throws a nice ball.
That was a nice ball and a great catch.
Absolutely.
He stayed with it. Watch Peterson here. He's going to take a step back. He looks left, comes back right. Durgan catches that ball. The camera got some of that. There was some traffic as Dorsey was all over him. But Durgan says, yeah, let's go.
And the Mayo 30 to the Eagan 30. Here's Beal. Will he go for the final 30 as he bounces to the outside? Beal, did he get there? No, they stepped out. No, one official says he's in. It looked like the other official said he stepped out back at the 7. 40-yard touchdown run for Beal.
Okay, then.
2 plays, 70 yards for Rochester Mayo. I'm sorry, what were you saying about getting Beal more involved in the offense?
Well, just put the ball in his hands.
Let's see, does he step
and
out
he's
here?
breaking tackles. I don't think we can tell from.
No, I don't think he did.
Well, the referees have got a better view than we do.
Yeah, no, I think that looks like a touchdown to me. So Mayo gets on the board. Ethan Post looking to make it 7. Kick is up. Well on its way. 29-7. With Mayo getting on the board. There's Rochester Mayo, their second year of 6A football. Numbers are a little bit down for a 6A school, but in the last postseason they went up to St. Michael to Albertville, knocked them off, and then gave Stillwater a heck of a football game over at Stillwater before fading late in that one. But we'll see where things take them next year. I know with the numbers, you got to be a little concerned if you're going to be a 6A school.
You do. And I think, I will say this. Look, obviously, there's some great things about playing at 6A for Mayo, right? There's some great things. They get to play some big schools. They get they get some big stadiums, and they get some big crowds, and it's fun. And they get to come up here and take it to the Wildcats or take it to the whoever, right? Up here in the Twin Cities, which, and the Big 9 schools are very proud. It's good football. They're very proud of what they do down there. At the same time, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. And I'll say this: if they don't get to play their crosstown rivals, and that is one thing that I think is sad and unfortunate about the way the scheduling works. The fact that there's no Mayo JM or no Mayo Century game just kind of stinks. That's one man's opinion.
I wholeheartedly agree with you on that. Oh, trying for the little onside here. Nobody there in blue. But did that get out of bounds? I think it did. Mayo thinks they have it.
Somebody from Mayo has the ball, but I think they're out of bounds.
I thought it got out as well, but the officials are right there.
It sure looked up here like they were out of bounds. Let's look at this replay.
I mean, nice play by Mayo on this.
He gets the ball there, and he
looks like he's out of bounds.
Oh, all right. So Mayo's going to get this ball.
Give it to him.
I think what they're going to say is that left knee's down. Well, one of those knees is down.
Was that Landon Sunday, number 15? For sure had the 5. My, oh my. Rochester Mayo just went 2 plays, 70 yards. Now they get the football back. Momentum, I believe, is also wearing the white jersey at the moment.
Reports of their demise were greatly exaggerated, Mike Cook. No question about that.
Now can they capitalize? Peterson, little out route. Far side, I believe that's number 6 again on the catch. That's Durgan. They had a nice 40-yard catch last time. As you look at the Spartan student section.
They've got some stuff to cheer about here in the second half, Mike.
They do. Oh, 11 yards on that pass play. You can hear them. They're making some noise over there. Beal. 2nd and 10. Upcoming. Bursting through the line that time. Number 84 for the Eagan Wildcats. That's Harrison Brandt, junior D-line.
That was a great tackle by Brandt. Beal cut back to the left after starting right, and I thought, oh boy, this might be a challenge. All of a sudden, Brandt out of nowhere grabs him, wrestles him to the ground. Nicely done.
Peterson to go to the air. And Peterson going to go. We got a flag behind the play. I think this one's going to go 10 yards against the offense.
So the interesting thing is, I think there was a slot receiver that started early too, Mike. And we have now we have multiple fouls.
I think I just saw another flag.
Yeah, official threw his hat. He threw his. Yep. Somebody threw the flag, and now they've thrown a hat. Watch these slot receivers here. Yeah, a slot receiver left early.
Yeah, he definitely did.
I'm not sure if they got that or not.
Well, then I thought there was a takedown there in the middle by the offensive lineman. That's what I saw.
but we're going to have
I think somebody mouthed off on the far side.
Yeah, somebody did something they weren't supposed to do. But again, that's a lack of discipline, Mike. I just, if in fact that's what it is, that would be a lack of discipline.
And on either side.
Yeah, absolutely.
Neither team is really moving one way or the other, so it's hard to tell what this infraction will be all about.
Thing is, if it's against Mayo, those 2 penalties could stack up, Mike, and it could be a big negative number.
Well, here we go.
2 fouls on the play. Holding offense number 52. That is a 10-yard penalty. Will be second down. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 90 on the defense. That is a 15-yard penalty that will be marked off after the first penalty. Also a sideline warning on Rochester Mayo's sideline.
All right, we got all that.
Okay, I'm going to need to file that away. Is there the Dewey Decimal System to track all that? I think there is.
I think you got to carry the 2 and then find the square root.
In any event, it'll be second down. So they're walking them back 10, and then they're going to walk them forward 15.
I believe so.
So it's going to be second down at about 7?
A little more than 5. I think it's going to be about 5.
5, got it.
And I think Cruz Aguadatelis might be running a little bit in practice on Monday.
Yeah, I don't know what the excuse is there. You've made a good play on the sideline. It's going to be third down, and all of a sudden you start, you cost your team field position, right?
Yep.
And the momentum for the Spartans is unchecked.
So after all that, 2nd and 5, Rochester Mayo. Here with 3:45 to go, third quarter. Again, Mayo just scored a few minutes ago. Got an onside kick. Here's Peterson. Got a man deep. Touchdown, Mayo. Sheehan. He's in from the 26-yard line. Hit the ground. We've got ourselves a football game.
We do have ourselves a football game. If the Wildcats thought they were going to walk off the Spartans, they were sorely mistaken. Look at this ball. It just floats in the air. But Sheehan runs a nice route, gets his hands to it, turns it up the field. Touchdown. Nicely done. Again, I think Mayo's going to kick this extra point. I think you do. You kick the extra points until you have to go for 2.
Right. Yeah, this would make it a 15-point lead for the Cats. The point should just about be automatic for Mayo. 29-14 now the score. Eagan in front of Rochester Mayo. Starting to see, looking down, kind of see some sad faces there wearing the blue. Well, it's like, who's going to provide the spark right now?
Yeah, somebody's going to, well, first number 1 and number 1, let's get the ball back.
Well, there's that.
Let's get the ball back. Now, the interesting thing here is the Spartans did an onside kick. I don't think they're going to do it again. They could, because they had success with it, but A, the Wildcats will be looking for it, and B, if their defense, if their defense has got to step up at some point. They need a defensive stop at some point. Might as well be now. If they can't get it to stop now, then what's the point, right?
Right.
So what I'm trying to say is, if I were the Wildcats, the Spartans, I might consider kicking it deep.
Absolutely.
Because you've still got 15 and a half minutes of football left with 2 timeouts. And the hands team is out for the Wildcats, which I think is smart. You might as well make sure.
Well, you look at that onside kick or pooch kick, whatever you want to call it. You and I have seen over the years where Eagan has given that up, in my opinion, too many times.
Yes.
It might only be 8 or 10 times, but again, it's just a lack of awareness, and that one is going to be down at the 10-yard line as Koken just falls on the football. Probably the smart thing to do right there as that ball was bouncing, and you don't want to try to pick it up and, gosh forbid, make it worse than it has been the last few minutes for these Wildcats.
No, the deep man on the hands team, he has the Hippocratic oath in his head. First, do no harm, right? I mean, he has to make sure that he doesn't screw it up. They want the football. Number 1, we want the football. And after that, it's gravy.
from the 11-yard line. Number 11, Brooklyn Evans, leads this Wildcat offense. Evans scored from 15 earlier this quarter. And he'll pick up maybe 7 on that one. Sets up 2nd and short for the Wildcats as Coach Henderson gives Brooklyn Evans the play. Fear the veer on the back of Hendo's shirt.
Well, there was such a good fake up the middle to Gage that even our camera guy was faked out.
Looks like the pit captains are trying to get some people fired up down there.
But if you're Eagan, hey, just return to normal programming. Run this football, pound it, make the Spartans stop you. Get a first down, get another first down, and have good things happen.
Evans, he'll keep it. Evans, look out. This is 81 if he goes the distance. He's going the distance. 6 points, Eagan. There is a flag on the play. Back at about midfield. Judging by Matt Nyson's reaction, it's going to be on the Wildcats.
Well, it could be a hold, it could be a block in the back. I mean, Evans changed direction pretty radically, and I wonder if maybe that a Wildcat blocker thought he had to do it. Now, it's a spot foul if it's a hold.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block, number 60 on the offense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
I didn't see that one, but to be fair, my eyes were tracking the runner.
That's Gramboy's the center.
How many times does a center get an illegal blindside block? What a weird call. I mean, seriously, how many times does something like that happen? And unfortunately, it's not a spot foul. It's not a hold. So now they go back 15 yards from the spot of the last scrimmage line.
And that flag was thrown up near midfield, which means your center was staying with Brooklyn up till about midfield.
Yeah. Let's watch here. Watch the middle here. Okay, so pushing.
No. Okay.
He's fine. He's right there, left side of your screen. He adjusts his helmet. He doesn't hit anybody.
When it comes out of out of the screen, maybe
they must have. Yeah. It
was up near the logos where the flag was thrown. So here goes Evans. Let's see if we can catch anything. It's right about. He saw him looking at the guy.
They were both looking at each other. Yeah. That's a non-call to me. I mean, they're both looking at each other. Now somehow the Wildcats are at the 40-yard line. 38-yard line. So it's spot foul. It was a spot foul.
Right. Now here's Gage. He's getting pick up about 9. Yeah, some kind of chant going on down in the pit. I can't make out what they're saying exactly, but so 2:20 and counting in the third quarter. Eagan 29, Rochester Mayo 14. Evans just went for 81, but unfortunately called back by a penalty. Well, can the Cats regroup from that minor mishap, shall we say, and just march down the field here and get 6 anyway? 2 receivers left. How often do you say that in an Eagan offense? And ball gets out to midfield. More importantly, the sticks are going to move. Mayo thinks the ball's on the turf. Officials say the ball carrier was down. The big number 75 that we've mentioned him a few times tonight, Caleb Loomis.
Yeah, he's
Rochester Mayo.
He's talking to the referee, saying, "Hey, you got to come on, you got to help me out here." Referee looks up and says, "Come on, big guy, I'm doing the best I can."
A gain of about 4 that time for the Cats. 90 seconds to go here, third quarter. Mayo's got 14 this quarter. The Wildcats have 7. And for Rochester Mayo, a much better third quarter than a week ago. We were talking to Donnie Holcomb before the game, and he didn't have really anything good to say about their third quarter a week ago that included 9 penalties for the Spartans.
Yeah, well, the Spartans have shot themselves in the foot here tonight a couple of times, Mike. They've made their own life a little bit harder here and there, but big credit to them. They have come out in this third quarter and made a football game of it. Now, Their defense needs to get a stop, but their offense has clearly shown the propensity to move the football.
Could be the final play of the quarter coming up. Down to 40 in the quarter. Play clock at 12. Gage. Well, was he able to reach out? They're going to say he's just shy. He tried to reach out, so it's going to be 3rd and 1 upcoming. And that will be, I believe, once we start the 4th quarter. I don't foresee Eagan running a play here in the last 14 seconds, and they're going to come right to the sideline. As they do that, hey, real quick, the Eagan fishing team, did you even know we had a fishing team? 2 of their teams are competing in the Bassmaster High School State Championships this weekend down in Wabasha. Congratulations to Drew Boyd, Aaron Silgan, Andrew Botts, Camden Sexton. Over the summer, they outfished 25 other teams from Rosemont, Farmington, and Randolph to advance to this tournament down in Wabasha. And knowing some of those parents, something about Wabasha, grumpy old men, you make your own deal here.
I'm going to let you dig your own grave on that one.
That's what I do.
It is amazing how sports and extracurricular activities, competitions have just, we have lacrosse now, we have boys volleyball now, we've got, the trap team, trap shooting teams, we've got the fishing team. I mean, it's amazing how opportunities, how many opportunities there are out there for the kids, and it's fantastic.
The trap team I know took 2nd last year in their conference, I guess. And
we should also mention we have a new athletic director here at Eagan High School.
Yeah.
Jason Elias has taken over for Sandy Setter Larson, and we of course miss Sandy Setter Larson and wish her all the best. Hopefully she's enjoying retirement. And who knows? Maybe she's watching tonight. But welcome to Jason Elias, and thank you, Sandy, for all the hard work and all the things you've given this community for so many years.
Here goes Evans. Pitch, Ison. I think we should say welcome back to Jason Elias.
No, that's true.
He was here back in the early days of Eagan High School. He was part of the football coaching staff for quite a few years before he went just a little bit down Highway 3. He was on the Rosemont staff for, gosh, I don't know, I got to say, 12 or 15 years.
Something like that.
And then back he is, often referred to as the Big E. So, and I saw Sandy during the summer, and she'll still be around.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Wally will be here too. I said I'm sure his golf cart is still available for use during football games.
For rental at parties.
Exactly. 1st and 10 Cats from the 37. Evans falls forward, gets about 5, maybe 6 on that carry. And they got the pit. The pit is fired up. I think we got a little. I don't know, some song, I don't know.
One Direction.
Is that what it is, Kat? They all know it.
Well, they all know it, including the girls and the boys soccer teams are down there. Girls soccer team had a 2-2 draw last night against Lakeville North. Boys won 2-0. Boys are undefeated right now. Girls and boys both take on Minnetonka at Minnetonka tomorrow. Next home game is against Rosemont.
2nd and 5. Will become 1st and 10. Gage with the carry down to about the 26-yard line. Again, just a reminder, the Eagan Wildcats, they're at Rosemont next Friday night, the 13th. Revenge game for the Rosemont Irish, potentially. Rochester Mayo making the trek back up Highway 52, except this time they'll stop in Farmington to take on the Tigers, who last I saw were down at the half against Lakeville South by a score of 29-15.
That's a hard-working bunch of defensive linemen there for the Mayo Spartans. They've been up against it. This Eagan O-line has done a good job leaning on them.
Cats might have got away with it. I think Isham might have jumped a little bit there, but minimal pickup that time on 1st down for Evans. $10-15 and counting.
I give a shout out to the Eagan Football Boosters sponsors, the sponsors that have supported Eagan football this year. Lakeside Orthodontics, Game 1, Domino's, Greg and Lisa's Hidden Treasure, Wyatt's Twisted Americana, Tavern 13, Scratch Pizza, Summit Orthopedics, Midwest Bank, Urgency Room, Chick-fil-A, Olson Defense, Andiamo, Bail Bonds Doctor, Wildcats Bar and Grill, U.S. Bank, and Rami Cormon at Coldwell Banking Realty.
Evans, far side. Gilbert, or that's Halverson, I should say. Up to number 40, Gage Halverson, sophomore. He will be close to the first down with a sticks move. They will not, because he only got 4. They gave him 5, I guess. He needed it. Yeah, they're going to give him 4. 3rd and 2 upcoming for the Wildcats.
He steps out of bounds there. Yeah, he steps out of bounds early on, and referees caught that very quickly. I like how he stayed in pitch relationship, though, and I like Evans having the guts, the trust in his player to give him the ball there rather than just tuck it up for a minimal gain.
3rd and 2. And that's Gage. I'm just going to say you got to give it to Gage. You mentioned it a few plays ago. Defensive lineman for Mayo, they are sucking wind right now. And getting beat badly off the ball.
One of the things we talked to, with Coach Holcomb in pregame is they got some guys who play 2 ways, and they get worn down. And this offensive line, this Eagan offensive line and the Eagan rushing attack has put together, this is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is a 13-play drive right now. 13-play drive, and that's on top of a 12-play drive and a 10-play drive earlier in this game. Those wear you down if you're playing defense.
And those are all running plays.
Yeah, absolutely.
Evans, pitch. Halverson outside. Halverson outside, flag on the play. Not sure if they're going to get Javier on a hold out there, number 80, the tight end. Let's take a look.
Yeah, this might be a bit of a harsh call, but at the same time, I think that's what they're going to throw the flag on.
He was out. Let's take a look. Let's see if we can catch something here.
Watch top of your screen. Gets to the outside. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
He's pushing that direction.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe it's not an 80. Maybe it's on someone else.
Let's see if that's what the call is. 8:53 to go. Okay, I'll say it. In regulation.
Thanks.
Hey, no problem. Let's get the official word.
Holding, offense number 80. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Well, the referee had a better view than we did. And
holding penalty against the Wildcats. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Watch the top of your screen. Watch 80 at the top of your screen.
Which was the 12-yard line.
I don't know. I don't really know about that one. But in any event, it's a flag. You got to deal with it. Yep. Usually they don't call a hold when you're pushing the guy in the direction of the ball carrier. It certainly can be a hold, but it's interesting.
1st and 18, that means. And Gage gets about half of that. He's going to get maybe 8 yards on that carry. So they're going to say 7. They're going to say he's down at the 11.
I'm going to give a big shout out to the student section for Mayo. Their team is obviously on the wrong end of a score, and until recently, way wrong end of the score. They got a long trip back down Highway 52 to go home, and there they are. They haven't shrunk in size.
Nope.
Good for them.
What does it say? Run the beach, I think it says on that sign.
Yes, Spartans run the beach, and then surfing our way to victory. Yeah. I like it. I like it. Very creative.
And hey, give them credit. It's an hour and a half truck.
That's right.
Highway 52.
Well, if you obey the federally mandated speed limit.
Okay, so it's like an hour and 10. Okay. That's gonna bring up 3rd and short for the Wildcats. Cats just attempt to pound the rock, and the last thing Mayo needs. And I believe that's Boguslawski. Hopefully it's just a cramp. You said that game time temperature, I think it was like 62 degrees. So it's not that the heat has been a huge issue, but that defense has been out there a long time for Rochester Mayo.
That was the 15th play of this drive,
wow.
Mike.
Wow.
15th play of this drive, and it started all the way back at the Eagan 10-yard line. Yep. So we're looking at potentially a 90-yard drive here for the Wildcats, taking at least 16 plays if they pop it in the end zone. That's hard on a defensive lineman or on linebacker. It's just difficult to catch blocks that many plays in a row. And if you've got a relatively thin team in terms of depth, right, you've got a lot of guys playing two ways or guys playing sometimes two ways, that can be really challenging.
I was going to say, Boguslawski here, he's been out there probably, I'm going to say, darn near every play.
He's probably out there on 85% of the snaps, offensive defense.
Least, at least. Yeah.
I mean, obviously he's a gamer. He does not want to come off the field. He's going to probably have to take at least one play off.
Right.
But he's up and walking, no problem.
Give him some fluids.
Give him some fluids. Give him a Gatorade and send him back out there.
Hey, quick opportunity. We gotta mention our all-star crew that's here tonight.
Our all-star award-winning and all-star crew.
Yeah, okay. All-star award-winning. As they crank up the. Can I do it with a song? Anyway, Josh Shipley leading the crew here tonight. Matter of fact, you saw Josh in that video for the upcoming Film Fest that's coming up. Dalton Gruber's here, Tim Shinyan, Samantha Price, Sarah Paulus, Nick Mudd, and Derek Badger rounding out the all-star ETV crew. Happy to bring you Wildcat football as Gage gets down to the 1. It's going to be first and goal from the 1. At this point of your Eagan offense, you look at, okay, who hasn't scored yet?
That's right. But you know what's interesting is the Wildcats, despite running the ball effectively, they have not been down inside the 5-yard line with the ball.
No.
All their scoring plays have come outside the 10-yard line.
Yeah.
So this will be interesting to see what the Wildcats do here. And this gives, this is now second down. Coach NJ's got an opportunity here. If he wants to throw a little pass, he wants to try to get a little creative.
Evans, he'll hand it off. Did he get in? I'm not sure the Wildcat ball carrier made it. Nope, he did not. That was Gage. Nice defensive play by Rochester Mayo. I believe Miguel Fisher might have been the first man in there. 69 in white.
I have to say this ball's so close. If Evans takes this snap and just reaches the ball, jumps and reaches the ball over, he might break the plane.
Hey, Brooklyn's got 3 scores tonight.
Well, I don't think Gilbertson's been in the end zone either. He's lined up there as the fullback.
Right. Yeah, first one of the night was Gage. Yeah, give it to Gilbertson, 36. Evans, he'll keep it. Untouched, 1 yard. 6 points Eagan. Not as exciting as that 81-yarder that got called back, but nonetheless, it's the same drive.
18-play drive.
Yeah.
An 18-play drive over 90 yards.
Yep.
That is the textbook definition of grinding.
And the time that drive started with 3:38 to go in the third quarter, and there's now 5:40. So that's almost a 10-minute drive.
Yep.
Coleman, kick is up, kick is good. 36-14, Eagan Wildcats over Rochester Mayo. Cats appear to be well on their way to improving to 1-1 on the young season. Rochester Mayo on their way to fall to 1-1 on the young season. And the pit has anybody left? I mean, look at that.
I don't think anybody's left. I don't think anybody wants to leave.
I don't know if they can leave. You're down in the front there?
Yeah, if you're down in the front, you probably have to wait till the end of the game.
Yeah, you're stuck.
We do want to say here from ETV, thank you to all of you joining us on ETV or on the live stream on the YouTube channel. Thanks so much for making your Friday evening part of our Friday evening. It's great to have all of you join us. And really, to be honest with you, Mike, the crew does such a great job of making us look and sound great. Great production values, great sound, great camera work, replays, the booth, the whole 9 yards. It really is a great asset that our community has, and we just want to say thanks to everybody joining us, whether you're in Texas or Lakewood Ranch, Florida, or South Dakota, wherever you are. Thank you for joining us.
Michiganer, we've got to give a shout out to Stone Larson and Brian Larson. They're checking in from Omaha tonight. Also want to make sure we give a special shout out to those of you in the 507 that are watching your Spartans. Glad we could bring you Mayo opportunity to watch your squad here, so you don't have to make the trek up Highway 52. I know there was some talk before the game. People were asking us, hey, where's this going to be shown? And hopefully on the YouTube channel, and hopefully we bring some joy to your Friday night at times if you're in the 507. And actually, I think it's the 924, I think, is the new area code down there, too, I heard.
924, you say?
Yeah, I heard I saw they were running out of numbers. By the way, quick update, Lakeville North 24-21 over Rosemount. 9 minutes to go in that one. Yeah, nice throw that time. Peterson across to Hagan. Pickup of about 5. And Lakeville South leads Farmington 43-22 late.
Very interested in that Eden Prairie Edina score. Edina up 3 touchdowns on Eden Prairie at half.
Yeah, it was 21-0 last we saw. I was scrolling through. What Shakopee leads Prior Lake 28-18 with just under 7 minutes to go. Peterson got time. Throws it near side. Throws a strike, but it goes to an Eagan Wildcat. Intercepted by. You can quite see who that was. I thought it might have been. Was it Reeser? 22? Yeah, that definitely is Reeser. Right in the numbers. Well, now if you're the Wildcats, do you keep your ones out there with 4:51 to go and you're up by 22?
Well, I think we're going to find out very quickly. Reeser, nice job getting on that ball. Yep. Nice. I think here's what I'll say about the Spartans. I think they found a quarterback for next week.
I think so.
In terms of throwing the ball, yep. He's been very effective throwing the ball, but not necessarily on the run. Right there, he's on the dead run. He's not able to step into that ball the way he wants to. Let him drop back, set his feet, half roll, set his feet. Peterson seems to be really good at that. And I think we are seeing some new names out there, some New Jersey numbers on the offensive line.
You know, even Sheehan in the first half, though, for Mayo, he threw the ball okay. I thought it's just two different looks. By the way, you're asking about that Edina score?
Yep.
In the fourth quarter, Edina 35, Eden Prairie 7.
Wow. Isn't Eden Prairie the reigning 6A champions?
No. Centennial beat Edina last year.
Centennial beat Edina.
But Edina beat EP, I think, in the semis, if I remember right.
Oh. I'm sorry. I was having a flashback to 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know. I might shed a tear for the red and black. Said nobody. Anyway.
Well, we got some new names and some new jerseys out there, Mike.
Let's get back to modern day. Sedlacek in motion. 19 is now the Eagan quarterback, and that is Mason Reese, 5'10 junior. Let's see who else we can rattle off here for some new names. Kevin Pedersen, he's on the line, 62. 77, Savan Lopez. You can't miss Savan. He is listed 6'3", 385. Number 47, I see Joe Will, offensive lineman.
Chris Brandt in the backfield, number 29. Nice to see these guys get the opportunity. 21 goes flying. Demert goes out to the outside there.
Absolutely. We're down to 3:22 and counting in this one. Mayo appears to still have their number 1 defense in. Pitch, far side, Sedlacek. Gobbled up, driven back, thrown down. Yeah, I'm kind of looking for a hanky there. It's surprising, but.
Yeah, that whistle blew for a second. By
the way, they list Sedlacek 5'8", 145.
Well, that's what he's listed as. I mean, the whistle starts to blow.
Yeah, I mean, you've got it
right about there, and yet he's.
And that's Beal.
Yeah, there was a little bit of frustration for the Spartans, but you got to be careful there, guys. I mean, that could have cost you 15, and now we're going to see a punt.
Hey, give Tyler credit, though. He hung on to the football, and the Cats are a man short right now. Timeout taken by the Wildcats.
Well, this might be the number 2 punting unit. It is, in fact, the number 2 punting unit. So, I mean, how many times does the number 2 punting unit get on the field, Mike? It's not very common.
By the way, I believe the Cats were 2 men short on that. As I saw 2 guys run out, Tried to count 9. I just looked across the way. You've got our pit is dancing to this song. So is the Spartan student section. Number 12 there for the Wildcats, Alex Land.
Major props to both cheerleading squads, most cheer squads. The Eagan cheer squad's been cranked up all game. The Spartan cheer squad, far side, we've been able to see them a little bit when the camera turns that way. They're still keeping spirits high over there on the sideline.
Land with the high kick. And let that one wisely fall. And Askew, number 41 in blue, will drop that. Ace Askew, or Askew, 41. See, we got some new numbers going out on defense too now, it looks like, for the Eagan Wildcats. David Comer is out there at linebacker, 37. As we crank the Neil Diamond. Come on, Nathan, get in this one.
I don't think the equalizer is prepared for me to crank out Sweet Caroline, Mike. I got to tell you.
Yeah, I think we're good.
I don't want to scare anybody off.
Well, hey, 2:24 to go. Cats up by 22.
Credit to the Cats. They did what they had to do tonight, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, they came out and they jumped on Mayo early. They made it hard for Mayo to come back into this game. Mayo did a nice job in the third quarter getting back into the game, making it a little interesting. And then the Cats said, no, we're going to slam the door on it. We're going to stick a couple more in the end zone.
Here goes Beal. Bounces it to the outside. Gets maybe a couple of yards. Wrestled down on that far side. A couple of new numbers coming out for the Wildcats. Nick Ross in at defensive back. Number 43. 39 out there right now is Luke Hansen, sophomore linebacker. It's like Mitch Rutschke, junior D-line, 51. Down to buck 45 left in this one. Peterson, quick throw, far side. Hagan the catch. No, or did he drop it? Thought he had it, and then I thought I saw the ball on the turf.
We're going to give him the catch, Mike.
You know what? I like Mayo with this just quick passing game. I mean,
it was a fumble. It was a fumble, but it got out of bounds.
It did.
Hit the sideline. There we go.
So, no, I like Peterson has thrown a nice football tonight for them. And again, even in the first half, as we said, number 2, Sheehan, he had some good throws as well. A lot of his were against his body, which is rather impressive.
I think it's.
We got a late flag,
and I think so. What I think happened here is the Spartans broke the huddle with 12 players, and you can't do that. They broke the huddle with too many players, so they're going to go back 5 yards and try this again.
31 Tyler Spurl now in the game for the Wildcats.
I guess what I would say about Peterson versus Sheehan is, right, wrong, or indifferent, the offense came to life under Peterson. And so I guess I'd give that, I strongly consider that for next week. But again, both players probably figure in the plans.
I'm going to give that Eagan D-line some credit too, because they were in the backfield a lot early. Peterson, little swing pass, and that's dropped on the near side. That was Canfield. But I think that front group of like Hans Anderson and Harrison Brand, Aguado Tellis, nice job of controlling the line of scrimmage tonight for the Eagan Wildcats.
Yeah, last year the Spartans, the defense played well down in Rochester, but they weren't nearly as dominant as they were tonight, Mike. And I think that, like you said, that defensive line played really, really well.
Yep. Punting it away is Mayo. Nice high kick, nobody back deep for the Wildcats. And down to the 24-yard line. So maybe a couple of plays and this one will be over, and the Eagan Wildcats will improve to 1-1 on the season. we said Rochester Mayo, they're going to drop to 1-1.
A big springboard for the Wildcats. They played well for half the game against Edina. And now they've played well for what I would describe as a whole game against Mayo. And next week is going to be a huge test for them. The Irish will not soon forget what happened here on this field last year. I can tell you that if I were the Irish, that would be the only thing I would be thinking about in the offseason was we got our butts kicked by Eagan, and we're going to return the favor first thing.
Cats take a knee. Yeah. I was told down in my somebody I know was talking to a safety for Rosemont who I will not name, but they said that Eagan loss last year pretty much derailed their season. So the revenge will be on their mind. With we got a minute to go in this one. Cats are going to win 36-14. Unless we have a Joe Pisarczyk here in the fumbled handoff. And so, yeah, you know they're going to be fired up down at Irish Stadium.
Now, the Wildcats better bring everything. They better bring, in fact, I'll go out on a limb. They need to play better next week than they played tonight. As well as they played tonight, they're going to have to play better next week because that game is going to be an absolute slugfest.
Yep. Absolutely.
Last year, what was the final score? 17-6? 17-7?
I was like 23-7 or something.
Something like that. It's going to be that type of a game.
Yep.
It's going to be a low-scoring game, I suspect, next week.
Yeah, as the final 15 seconds are going to count off on this one. As we said, the Eagan Wildcats now 1-1 on this young season. But by the way, you're right, Rosemont. It was 17-6 here last year as I quickly looked up the stats. But again, Brooklyn Evans, 4 touchdowns. Tate Gage had 1 tonight for the Eagan Wildcats. And it's a 36-14 finals. We look at, there's Gage early on, 11 yards out. There was a lot of Brooklyn Evans. This is going to be the throw to Hope. By far the best pass of the night for the Eagan Wildcats.
You know, interesting, as you see Halverson, they're going to the outside, Mike. We've seen some new names emerge for the Wildcats. We've seen Halverson, we've seen Gilbertson. You know, the Evans there obviously showing what he can do, and some great plays here by the Eagan defense. Also some nice plays by the Spartan offense, too. Yes. I mean, the Spartans were not bereft of good plays tonight. In that third quarter, you know, scoring 2 touchdowns in short succession, did a nice job. The offensive, the onside kick, et cetera, but Evans and the Wildcats, just too much offense for this Spartan defense. Got a sense the Spartan defense might have gotten worn down as Durgan takes that one, catches it, takes it down inside the 30-yard line for the Spartans. But
and then Beal from 30, the very next play. And now momentum is kind of shifting to Mayo. They get the ball back on the kick, their onside kick, and then a beautiful pass that time. Peterson to Sheehan, 29-14, but Brooklyn Evans. This is the run that didn't count with 81 yards, but that one got called back on a penalty. Doesn't matter because ultimately the Cats went down and scored again. Evans from the 1.
Capping off an 18-play drive, Mike Cook. 18 plays, and Reiser with the interception seals it up.
And then the pit is, well, the pit is the pit. Lots to cheer about tonight for the Eagan Wildcats. Like we said, Brooklyn Evans, 4 touchdowns. Coach Nick Johnson and the Wildcats, 1-1. Again, upcoming coverage here on Eagan TV. Of course, you got soccer, swimming and diving, girls and boys soccer. Our next broadcast, Thursday, yes, Thursday, the 19th, 6 o'clock start. The Lakeville South Cougars coming up here to Wildcat Country. That's going to wrap things up from Eagan High School. Well, once again, your final score, the Eagan Wildcats 36, Rochester Mayo 14. He's Nathan Cron, I'm Mike Cook, and we can both speak on behalf of our all-star crew. Thanks for being with us, everybody, and we'll see you next time for Eagan Wildcat football on ETV.